First of all, I don't condone racism at all. I think it's a horrible thing. I think it's taken place in all the wrong places. It should never take place. However, it has, and it's a situation that we haven't dealt with in a long time, for many years. Unfortunately, it has to be something bad for us to react instead of reacting before something bad happens. But meanwhile, the case of the matter at hand is that what we want to do is figure out how we can diffuse the situation and not fuel it. What I'm noticing about the media coverage in all of this is that there are different groups with different agendas. And that bothers me, is because we seem to not be getting the answer. What my suggestion would be is, why don't we take the groups that are involved? Why don't we publicize their truths and their peace and their unity that we should be providing, as opposed to everybody getting their own little political agendas involved, whether it be political or non-political. It just seems as if there are different groups doing different interviews for different reasons with different agendas. We might want to figure out a way how we can change that and bring it back around to the beginning stage of this case and figure out, A, what it was really based on, how it came about, and how we can make sure it doesn't happen again. Let's get some of our youth involved. Let's help them understand this case. Because as I'm watching it, to be quite honest with you, I'm not noticing anything that is showing the unity and the peace in this. What I'm starting to feel is a little angry. It seems as if they're fueling it more than they are defusing it and getting to the bottom line of it. And what we need to do is just remember, we all live in these same communities together, whether it be Roosevelt, Freeport, Hempstead, Westbury, Long Beach, Glen Cove. Hey, listen, this is our county. We need to take it back. We need to figure out ways we can live with each other, instead of trying to figure out how we can harm each other and what do I have to do to hurt you to get ahead. We need to bring that back to the basics and figure out what it is that we all want out of this county, out of our communities, and what we can get together. Education, entertainment, things that are going to help us get ahead. Knowledge. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it seems as if now it's gotten out of control, and we need to stop with the media coverage and stop with the agendas and get to it. I happen to know the young gentleman, Stroker G. I watched grow up in my neighborhood in Hempstead, whose father was involved in this case, and it shocked me to see that this was happening so close to home to someone I know.
Yeah.
However, what I feel is now we need to figure out how we can get Stroker and his parents and the individuals involved and see how we can solidify the situation and bring peace to it, as opposed to media coverage and fueling the fire. Because what we don't want is, we don't want the cameras to cut off and we don't want it to get worse than what it already is. So let's figure that out together. Let's stop with the separate agendas. Let's focus on the people that are involved at the matter at hand and figure how we can bring them to a peaceful mind state and a peaceful moment and bring our community back together. And let's try to continue holding hands instead of breaking them. That's for me, Rodney, Iron Gate, Real Time, Freeport, Long Island. Peace.
Real Time Studios, Multimedia Center, located 45 Church Street, Freeport, New York. Your one-stop shop for audio and video needs, where you'll find audio recording, music production, family photography, portraits, video production and editing for all occasions, including weddings and commercial and corporate events. Call 516-771-9610. That's 516-771-9610. Yo. Yeah.